Thank you so much, Sarah, for taking our time today and joining us. I think it's been last few weeks that we've been chatting and really loved the conversation. And I wanted to understand more about what you're building. How was your journey of being a coach so far? So would love to just get started with the introduction about yourself.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really happy to be on with you today. I'm Sarah, and I'm 25 years old. I'm from New York, and my fitness journey really started from when I was very young. I was always interested in sports and different athletic activities. So I played different sports throughout my youth and high school and college. And I really developed a passion for strength training and nutrition. So I started a business for myself called Busy Girl Balance just this past year. And I work primarily with women that are in their 20s and 30s to help support them and show them lifestyle changes that can be sustainable to building a better lifestyle for themselves. Yeah, that's a little bit about me. And a little fun fact is I'm also a cat mom of 3.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, that's a great journey, and would love to understand. Like you didn't mention a point on mostly focused on women. Any reason on picking that particular category, or anything that really inspired you to get there?
Yes, I think that there's a lot of information that is older and a lot of research from certain health aspects has been primarily researched only on men. So there's a lot of information that pertains particularly to women that isn't so necessarily taught in schools or as accessible to the general public. So for me, I think that working with women is really important because I can relate for one, and I kind of understand some of the struggles that women have to go through. And I want to be somebody who acts as a supporting character in their lives to be able to empower them and make them feel, really great about themselves. Women often tend to have a lot of insecurities, and with social media being so huge these days, there's a lot of comparisons out there. So I think it's really important for my voice to be heard and to let other women know that they have a voice themselves as well, and that there really is a lot of powerful change that we can make when we come and put our heads together.
Wow, that's really inspiring. Thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing this. And I think just want to understand a little more about this. Like you mentioned, there's like so much of information asymmetry. There's like payments on social media and a bunch of other things. One thing I haven't at least particularly come across a lot of information on is what role does sort of mental health like play in this whole your coaching aspect of it, and how do you handle it, and how do you actually integrate this into your coaching philosophy?
Yeah, mental health really plays a huge role in physical health and wellness. So a lot of times that's where I will start with my clients, is really evaluating what is your current mental state and what are some of the thoughts behind the actions that you are making when it comes to your health. There's a lot of things where it can translate into your physical body when your mental health isn't necessarily at its best. So, for example, perhaps you may be working out too much or too little if you're at a point of stress, or perhaps you're overeating or undereating. So, a lot of our habits can really be linked to some of the things that we are thinking about ourselves, and they can show up. So, when I work with clients, I like to make sure that my philosophy kind of falls in line with the Busy Girl Balance brand, which is to stay busy but stay balanced. So it's important to recognize that you can have, moments of pleasure and indulgence in this fitness journey. It's not all about being that cookie cutter, perfect fit individual. It's a little bit more about finding what works for you and not necessarily guilting yourself for trying to do things that do make you feel good.
Great to hear that, and also like the philosophy you did mention about physical balance is really amazing, and even the way you thought about it, that's pretty cool. And just curious to know, it's been a couple of weeks that you've been using SpurFit. Would love to hear your thoughts on how is your overall experience on the platform and anything particularly that stood out for you so far.
For me, I really have been loving using SpurFit as a trainer. I think that it takes away so much of the legwork and the time-consuming pieces that come with being a trainer and working with people. So one of the best features is definitely the AI features that come with being able to create meal plans and workout plans for my clients. I still have my own, workout plans and things that I use for them, but I don't have to sit there for hours and, plan. I can really use my time to dedicate to being able to work with my clients more one-on-one and, being of more optimal use to them. So I think that for that reason, SpurFit's really been a game changer in being able to optimize my time as a trainer well.
Thank you for the feedback. I think we also, the reason we wanted to build the whole AI copilot is to sort of help coaches save a lot of time by helping them create some ready to use templates and that are customized for your clients. Glad that you're also enjoying it. Yeah, I think particularly a common problem that I've heard from a lot of coaches and also clients is that see, staying motivated it gets incredibly hard, and I feel that is very important if you want to see results in the long run. What are some of the things, either you could call it strategies or hacks that help your client stay motivated on this fitness journey?
Yeah, motivation is very tough. And so something that I really try to emphasize with my clients is, highlighting all of the positive things that are going on. So yes, we do acknowledge those challenges that, or, maybe struggles that my client may be going through recently. However, we don't dwell on those things. We really use those challenges as a tool and a catalyst to create the changes that we want to see. So that in itself can be motivating. You just have to look at it the right way. So I really like to make small incremental goals that fall in line with our overarching end goal. So that way my clients are able to see their progress as it comes, and we're able to celebrate the small wins along the way. And that just makes it so much more of a positive experience. And I think that as a trainer, that's really my job, is to make this a positive and lasting experience for my clients.
Got it. Yeah, I think that just breaking these long goals into tiny habits that can compound in the long run can definitely be very rewarding. And I do know you spend a lot of time in creating amazing diet plans for your clients. So would love to understand, how do you approach designing such curated plans that are sustainable for your clients? How does the entire process work? If you could just talk about your workflow, that'd be great.
Absolutely. So nutrition plans are very much tailored to the individual. So I really like to get very focused in on meal plans with my clients. So what my strategy really is in this is to make sure that I am offering a person something that is going to be sustainable for them. and also falls in line with whatever their physical goals are. So, for example, if I have a client who, they're new to dieting, and they have certain restrictions due to their religious beliefs, or maybe a chronic health condition that they have or something like that. We make sure that their diet falls in line with those needs as well. And we take what they like to eat already, and we make small changes that can make a big difference. So, for example, maybe my client loves to eat double cheeseburgers and fries. So my suggestions may be, well, let's try doing a single patty cheeseburger and a small fry this time. And choose a water as your drink, as opposed to, a sugary soda. Or, for example, that same person maybe will start to cook at home a little bit more instead of ordering out, so that they can be much more in control of what their portion sizes are and the ingredients that are going into their meals. And these kinds of small changes, although it may be the same meal that they are having, could have completely different nutritional value. So those kinds of things can really make a big difference in keeping people motivated long term, and keeping them in line with their nutritional needs and goals.
All right, so these are very tailored, very specific to every client. I'm guessing you also spend a lot of time in understanding so much details about them that gives you these insights to create such personalized plans.
Yes, absolutely. I try to get to know my clients not only on a professional level, but on somewhat of a personal level as well. I think that a lot of my relationships with my clients have grown.
Right. Great. And then I think there is often what we have seen is there are a lot of trends in the fitness industry. Like a couple of things are very popular for a short period of time, then they fade away. But I mean, a lot of people ride on such. I mean, it could be both good or bad. But any thoughts on some of the popular or the trending workout formats? Because you often see a lot of content being created around it, be it CrossFit or Pilates or any bunch of the things which are fairly popular. And how would you view such plans or such category of workouts? Any thoughts you have around it?
Absolutely. I have a lot of different thoughts on some of those programs. First of all, I definitely recommend that all of my clients try certain things, just to see what kind of physical activities really work best with their bodies. So I encourage people to try new things out, like a CrossFit class, a Pilates class, things of that nature. I think that they have good benefits, such as the group aspect. A lot of those classes can be in a group setting, and it helps be able to have maybe a buddy or build a community of people that are like-minded. So for that aspect, I think it's really great. I think that the way that those kinds of things can become a little bit of a danger is when they're not falling in line with what your fitness goals are. So, that's what I, as a fitness coach, try to really work with my clients on, is making sure that the activities that they are participating in are falling in line with what their ultimate goal is. So maybe if I have a client who is trying to improve their flexibility, Pilates would be a really great choice for them. However, a high intensity HIIT class wouldn't necessarily give them that kind of flexibility goal that they would achieve, or at least it may not build their progress as fast. So it helps to work with a fitness trainer to kind of make sure that the activities that you do participate fall in line with what your ultimate goals are.
Yeah, I think often a lot of people mistake that coaches are only for the elite or people who are trained very seriously. But like you said, I think understanding and tailoring to what really works for you. And I strongly believe a coach can only help you get there. What are your thoughts on why people should hire a coach? What are some of the long-term benefits that you've seen that you would like to share? That'd be really helpful.
There are so many benefits to coaching, and I think you're right. A lot of people do think that hiring a coach may be for the elite, and that's a complete myth. I think that coaching can be for anybody, even if somebody doesn't have any particular goal. Maybe they just want to maintain the way that they are. There is still a way that a coach could be able to help you do that. And maybe you would see improvements in ways that you didn't even know you needed, or things progress naturally. So something that is great about coaching is that you have access to tools and resources and knowledge that you may not otherwise be able to have so readily available. And also, having a coach is like having an accountability partner. So you can really have somebody to go to fall back on and rely on when you're feeling like, oh, I can't finish this last set. It's too heavy for me, or I can't. I cheated on my diet and I'm feeling bad about it. So having a coach is having a listening ear to fall back on. And in a lot of ways, although it's not therapy, it can be very therapeutic to have that person that is going to count on you and that wants to see you win. I think it's encouraging. So I think it's great for anybody to have a coach, no matter what those goals are. You just have to find the coach that fits you. It's kind of like dating, and find the one that makes the most sense.
Very rightly put. And thank you so much for sharing this. I hope this inspires a lot of people to just find the right coach, because, like you said, it can be very therapeutic to have someone just listen to you and help you out through your fitness journey. And I think just a couple of things would love to understand from your journey. You might have worked with a lot of clients. Would you be open to sharing any one such a story which like you can which keeps coming back to your memory very often?
Absolutely. I had a client who I was very close with, actually. She was a little bit younger, and she had been going through college just during the height of the COVID pandemic. And so she wasn't able to get out there as much as she once had. And she was feeling a little bit down in the dumps, and she wasn't quite sure of where her life was going to take her next. And that was around the point that I had met her. And so she was a little bit overweight, and she had not been working out regularly, and her diet was very inconsistent. And she really wanted to make a change. And so I knew that she was ready because she really wanted to make a difference in what her weight was and just the way that she felt overall. So working with her through slow incremental changes and small goals and celebrating the small wins. Over the course of 6 months, she lost 25 pounds. She has a healthy body mass index, and she is working out more consistently, about 4 to 5 times a week, every week. And she still actually works with me to this day. Her goals are a little bit different. She's now working on building muscle. So we've changed her goals a little bit. But yeah, she's been a long-term client and definitely a success story.
That does sound very inspiring. And what actually struck me is that she is still working with you, and even after achieving so much, I think that definitely shows how important the value add you've been giving to her life. On that note, what advice would you give to other coaches to make sure that they also have clients sticking with them for the long run and stay committed?
Well, that's a good question. Client retention can really make or break your business. So it's very important. So my advice to the coaches out there would definitely be to incentivize everything. People want to have a reward, or something to look forward to when they're working towards these things. So as a coach, it's your job to make sure that they see those rewards and that they know what they want. So helping them identify what the goal is and making sure that, again, baby steps can really help with, leading up to an ultimate end goal. So celebrating those small wins and making sure that they see the progress along the way. That's going to automatically make somebody want to stick with you. And also, I always like to offer the refer a friend program to my clients. So not only would my current client be able to continue coaching with me at a reduced price for some kind of a discount, but their new friend that they refer would also be able to get kind of a discount to start coaching. And that way they can maybe have a buddy to work with and talk about, a shared interest too. So it's great to have repeat customers and have people coming back and saying that they love to work with you. And that will all come with just being consistent and helping them see that they are really seeing results.
And that does sound like a lot of work, but you put it very easily for everyone to understand. The last thing I think we'd love to wrap up with this is what do you see some of the common mistakes people when they get started on their fitness journey?
There are so many mistakes that can be made in the journey of fitness and health. And I think one of the biggest ones is just taking on too much at once. It's very important to make sure as a coach that you're showing your clients success, as I've been saying. And sometimes people know all these different things that they want to change, but you have to start small. So I would never start somebody on a 7-day workout regimen if they have never worked out before. We would start with, 2 or 3 days a week. And until that becomes a consistent thing that my client's able to do, we're not moving on until they have mastered that. So baby steps are really the key, and not focusing on too many changes at once. We stick with one thing and we master it and move on. And that's really the best way to do it, in my opinion.
Got it. I think, like we spoke about earlier, also the small, consistent steps that compound and give you great results. I think it sounds like that is the key for success. Yes.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for being very patient. I think these were the few things where we thought would be great to get your advice and hear your thoughts on. Once again, thank you for your time. Really appreciate you for being here with us today.
Thank you. And I just want to promote some of my social media channels quickly. So if you are interested in working with me or just picking my brain at all, my DMs are always open. I am available on all major social media platforms at Busy Girl Balance. And thanks again. Appreciate you having me on.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah. And when we publish it, we'll tag you everywhere so that you get all the notifications, and anyone who wants to reach out to you can very easily find you out there.
Great. Thank you so much.
Great.